religion in India. So much so that we saw people coming out on roads when India lifted the World Cup trophy. Also, there have been times when victories have been celebrated in T20Is and ODIs. But in 2021, something different happened. A format which is generally termed to be boring became historic. Yes, I'm talking about India's 2021 Border-Gavaskar trophy win at Gabba. Hello everyone, I'm Suramya Kaushik and today I'm here with the tale of one of the most historic victories of Team India, the Gabba Test in the Border-Gavaskar Trophy 2020 and 21, which began on 15 January. 2 years from then, today is the day when India faced Australia at Gabba. And in this episode, we'll tell what all happened in that test. But before that, let's have a look at what all occurred in the first 3 tests of this series. On December 17, India came out to face Australia in the first test of the 4-match series at the Adelaide Oval. India had won the toss and decided to bat first. In the first innings, India made some 244 runs and Australia went all out on 191. But in the second innings, something very unrealistic happened. India were all out on 36. Prithvi Shaw, Mayank Agarwal, Pujara, Virat Kohli, Rahane, nobody worked. Not even a single player managed to even touch double-digit score. It was a shock. It became a fun game for Australia and mockery followed. Team India faced huge criticism. It was very shocking for everyone. From former cricketers to fans, everybody lashed out at Team India. Eventually, Australia won that match by 8 wickets. But now it was the time for India to face Australia at Melbourne Cricket Ground. Virat Kohli was not in the team as he had to return for family reasons. That was a big setback for the team because India really needed to come out of that Adelaide disaster. What all happened in Adelaide was something very, very unbelievable. But as Hanuma Vihari said, that the team decided to forget what happened at Adelaide and planned to focus as if they came to Australia to play only 3 tests. That was actually reflected at MCG. Rahane played captain's knock of 114 and Team India won that match by 8 wickets. The series were levelled. But now the teams had to travel to Sydney for the 3rd test, though this match ended in a draw, but what all happened in it is a whole big story. Now, India were marred with injuries to the extent that the injury clouds turned darker and darker with every ball. However, bruised India produced one of the most dramatic displays of patience and exemplary fighting spirit to pull off a draw that hardly anyone saw coming when the 5th day had just started. Now, you all must be thinking what all happened in Sydney. Firstly, a very shameful incident happened at SCG where some Australian fans passed racist comments on Indian pacer Mohammad Siraj. It was very, very awful. But Siraj took a great step as he complained of that incident. The match got stopped in between and the abusers were sent out of the stadium. Now coming back to the 5th day, as we were just mentioning that nobody had thought of it. Now, India had to survive 97 overs. Rishabh Pant and Pujara gave a fighting start, but that wasn't enough as the day was long. It was then the partnership between Hanuma Vihari and Ravichandran Ashwin, which lasted for more than 40 overs and 62 runs, that levelled the series 1-1. Both of them came when there were more than 40 overs left in the day, and to worsen the things, Vihari had already hurt his hamstring. And Ashwin was welcomed by a barrage of short balls that dented his body all over. Imagine Australia's bowling and these 2 batters. But it was the courage and determination of Vihari and Ashwin that drew the match for India. Undoubtedly, it was one of the best blockathon anyone can ever see. Now, as I was just mentioning at the very beginning of this video, that 15th January was the day in 2021 when the Gabba test started. At the beginning of the Gabba test, nobody had even anticipated that Team India could win it. Because what happened at Adelaide was very disappointing. 36. India were all out at 36 at Adelaide. And now comes the Gabba test. People had dropped their hopes from Team India. Now why? Because Australia were undefeated at Gabba for 32 years till 2020. Australia had that Gabba pride in them, and given what happened in first test, almost everybody thought it's gonna be Australia's win. Nevertheless, Australia won the toss on the first day at Gabba and decided to bat. Marnus Labuschagne and Steve Smith opened the innings for Australia, and they started off quite well. Labuschagne then scored an impressive century before T. Natarajan sent him back at 108 of 204 balls. Australia then finished the day 1 at 274 for 5 with Cameron Green unbeaten at 28 and Tim Payne not out at 38. So this was the story till 15th of January when the Gabba test started. On 15th of January 2021, everybody thought that Australia have started off well and they will win the series. But what happened next? That's the actual story. And to stay connected with that story, don't forget to subscribe Cricketnext YouTube channel and also stay connected to our various social media handles, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Because next 4 days, we will be telling you what happened in the iconic Gabba test win for Team India.